Say the term again. Kung Fu. It comes from China.
Guys, this is Late Night Good Night, and I told them we're doing Late Night Good Night, and they don't have the Late Night Good Night intro. So I was going to run through the news, but we've done that all week, and there's big news coming out in the next 24 hours about what direction the country is going to go. President Trump's going to make his decision. No Late Night Good Night music or anything? Jeez, what the heck? Is it the first time we've done Late Night Good Night? No music, no intro.
Welcome to Late
Night
Good Night. The perfect time to wish that special someone a late night good night.
Hey, sir, in South Dakota. John, Janice, one of our favorites. Darren, Michelle, Heather, Joe Spence, Joni Diamond, JT, Cassandra D, Johnny Castellano, love you. Glad you're here. It is dark, because it's late. I didn't feel like having bright lights in my face. So deal with it. This is Late Night Good Night. Love to hear from you tonight. They're going to put the number on the screen in a little bit. And you can call and wish somebody Late Night Good Night, or you can talk to me. Love to know where you found me from. I'm always curious about that. The numbers have been growing and through the roof the last 2 weeks. By the way, I heard the lady that's going to accuse Joe Biden of sexual assault tell her story. It's bad. Bad. It's not like he undressed me with his eyes. It's bad. Really bad. So, he's probably finished. But we're not going to talk about stuff like that. We're going to wish people that we love a late night good night. And then I got a bunch of videos for you that are basically broken into 3 categories. Oh, you like my jacket? I look like somebody that would sell you cocaine in like a suburb. We're breaking the videos. We have 3 different categories. 1, I have Mike Tyson knockouts, because I'm from the 80s and I love Mike Tyson. Number 2, I have people that aren't doing that well with the quarantine, that aren't doing well cooped up in their own house. So if it's not going well for you, seeing these people will make you feel even better. Hello in Alaska. And then 3, even though it doesn't really have much to do with the quarantine, I joined a gym, as many of you know, 2 Februarys ago, and it is astounding to me that about 10% of the people that are in the gym are out of their minds. 90% are just normal people, and then 10% are in like another world. They're like training for something with their earbuds in, and a lot of funny stuff goes on in the gym. And so we'll start with that. Here's just a little mashup that if you're afraid to work out or join a gym, when you watch these people, they'll make you more confident. This is Late Night Good Night. Glad you're with me. Enjoy these lunatics in the gym. What is that? Too much weight. He's up on the ketamine. What do you think you're working on? Yeah, wrong way. Man, to get serious flexibility. What is that? Those are 2-pounders, right? It's 4 pounds less than what I used. What is it? What are people doing? What's he practicing? Almost. Why? Wait, play the last 10 seconds again. Nick, come watch this with me. This next guy. What's he working out? The discs in his neck. So, hope you like that. Welcome to Late Night Good Night. They're going to put the number on the screen. You can call up and wish someone a late night good night, your wife, your husband, not someone else's wife or husband. And also, if you're in Bible college, you've been sent home, unless you go to River Bible Institute. And so whatever rules they have about not dating are not in place because you're home. So if you want to make a move, take a relationship to the next level, take somebody out of the friend zone, 412-206-6274. You can call up on wish somebody. I'm surprised this took off as much as it did because people don't use the phone for that anymore. But there used to be call-in shows like this when I was a kid up through my 20s where you'd call into the radio and say hi to someone. Now everybody doesn't need it, but we still do it here. And so, remember, tonight we have a combination. We're taking a break from the news. We have a combination of Mike Tyson knockouts, gym fails, and then quarantine fails in no particular order. So while we're waiting for the phone calls, enjoy the next video.
And she'd take the kids any day, whereas I would question a lot of men out there, quite frankly.
Tracy, I can't
There's a
believe what I
reason
just
that
heard
women
you
live
say.
longer, Mark. Let me tell you. It is because we are stronger
Yes.
and we are happier at the end of the day than most men. And that is factual, and you know it.
When men are married to women who scream like you, they just want to die sooner.
Well, they probably never had him back again on Fox, but if you're going to go out, that's not a bad way to go out. 412-206-6274. While I'm waiting, another video. Oh, this is one of my favorites.
Yo,
This never gets old to me.
it's not coming out. Oh my God. What kind of shampoo is this, yo? Oh.
He's hitting the ground. He's been there probably for like 15 minutes trying to wash it out of his hair. Oh my gosh, if he sees that guy, he's gone. He's like losing his mind. Yeah, I'm glad they beeped out the curse words.
No!
Oh no.
He's losing his mind.
Holy, what the f is going on? What the f?
Welcome to Late Night Good Night. Hello, Jillian in Texas. Hello, Christy. I don't think you'd feel it pouring on you, Christy, just a little bit of shampoo on the top of your hair. I'd have to get on Call of Duty to wish my husband a late night good night. Same with me and my wife. Adonis just bought a second Xbox and a new Wi-Fi system so that both of us, so that we don't have to take turns. You can call up. Natalie says you look like a drug dealer tonight. We've already been over that. The Golden Girls, ladies and gentlemen. You like this outfit, then you have mental problems. And I don't know why I'm insulting people that are loyal to us. I love you. You don't have mental problems. You're a good person. So you can call somebody up. Somebody can get the ball rolling on this thing. Hello, Lizzie in Laredo. 412-206-6274. Next video. Oh, this is a good one. Broken nose. One more time. You saw it or no? Yeah, took it like a champ. 412-206-6274. Today we're doing a combination of Mike Tyson knockouts. Taking a little break from coronavirus talk. Mike Tyson knockouts. People who aren't doing well in quarantine. I guess random videos like the Fox one, and then Jim fails. Next video. Oh, watch the counter punch. Oh, whiff, boom. Guy was no joke. Pre-prison Mike Tyson. Look at the muscles. Who was that? Trevor? Somebody that's my age, around 40. That was Trevor Burbick. What a knockout. I would wish my husband a late night good night, but he's so bored, he looks mad at me. It's very passive aggressive. That's not what we're about here on Late Night Good Night. We're about calling up and telling somebody you love them. Someone who has no idea you love them. Like a Joe Biden staffer in the mid-90s. 412-206-6274. Next video. Oh, pause it. Bring it back to me. This guy's high on something. I wasn't raised around drugs, despite what I look like tonight. And I don't know what drug he's on. Ecstasy or something. It's like a drug that's a combination of making you feel warm and close to someone, but also like aggressive. And this guy is going to get hit as hard as I've ever seen someone get hit. Just watch when the bouncer shoves him all the way across the street with one arm, and then the guy comes back. Like, why would you pick on someone? This guy has the body mass that I have, but he's probably about like 10 inches shorter than me. Going after this guy that has never known a day not on steroids. Here it is. You seen this? Look at him. His chest, you could like throw him in a spiral. Now he's dancing. Here comes the shove. I mean, he's going to go across the alley. And now he's going to come back for more. And good night. He knocked him out with an open hand slap. Pretty good. 412-206-6274. Looking for somebody to break the duck on Late Night Good Night. Call the number. Tell somebody you love them. Next video. What happened? Wait, play it again. I missed it. Yeah. 412-206-6274. Good to see you, Susan, Herman, John, Patrick, Charity, Lynn, Elias, Kayla King, Maybe we'll vote for our favorite video at the end. You're watching Late Night Good Night. Your chance to call up and tell somebody you love them. Score some points with your wife. Score some points with your husband, but I think it's more the husbands that need to score points with the wives. 412-206-6274. Or, of course, I played that game. Did I play Mike Tyson Punch-Out? I sure did. My parents used to play after I'd go to bed, and then they'd give me the new code in the morning for who they beat. When Nintendo first came out. Let me see if I still remember the code to get to Mike Tyson. 007-373-5963. That's the code to get directly to Mike Tyson. Never left my head. I used to be able to type it in under 3 seconds. Blessings to you in Connecticut, Jennifer. But a call in person would mean so much more. 412-206. Oh, we have our brave person that's going to break the dam. Your name and where you're calling from.
Hey, Jonathan, this is Jennifer Carasello calling from Waterbury, Connecticut.
Originally from Montreal, Quebec.
Originally, that's right.
How are
you?
you?
That's exactly who I want to wish my late night good night to, is all my family that's stuck in their homes, quarantined in Montreal, Quebec. I can't even go visit them, so it's kind of sucky right now.
I know. Montreal's not having a good. The only upside is that they closed the border, so the next time Steve and Jessica invite me to see their stupid house, I don't even have to come up with an excuse.
You're terrible. I'm dying to go, man. I want to put in so bad.
Oh, yeah, that is good. I'm trying to think where I had a poutine in America that, nah, they're the best in Canada.
No,
and the Tim Hortons
doesn't compare.
And the Tim Hortons is not the same here either.
Why, they exist?
They have them in America, but they don't use the same, like the Canadian cream makes it. You know what I mean? Because the Canadian cream's 18% milk fat. Ours is like 10.
Canadian dairy kills it out of the park.
Oh yeah, Canadian beef too.
Everything Canadian, man. What am I doing in the USA?
Let's not get carried away. Well,
anyway, man, thanks for everything you're doing. I've been home, so I've been watching everything, and it's just been such a blessing to me. Thank you guys so much. We love you guys so much.
Tell me what you enjoyed the most about the programs. You like the news at night, or what did you like?
Honestly, I like the news because I feel like if I happen to miss something during the day, I just tune in at night, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's good to know. And you just bring about like a different perspective of things that I don't really think about. So it's been pretty awesome. I'm learning a lot. Thanks.
Well, we love you, and I'm proud of you for following the call of God on your life. Great job.
Thanks, man. Have a good night.
You too, sis. That was somebody. I'm trying to think when I met her. I think one of the first things that opened up to me when I got called into the ministry was preaching in Canada. First New Brunswick, and then Montreal, and I think she was in the youth and young adult meetings that I was asked to preach. And then she ended up getting called into the ministry and married a guy I think she met in Bible college, and they're doing great up in Connecticut. So great to hear from you, Jennifer. 412-206-6274, next video. Mean trick here. Pretty good. 412-206-6274. Your name and where you're calling from. Hung up. 412-206. Back. Your name and where you're calling from.
Bo from Carlsbad, New Mexico.
Wow, nice to hear from you. I've never been to the state of New Mexico, but I hear great things about it.
It's amazing.
Tell me.
You might recognize me as Bo and Misty.
Oh yeah, you're on quite a bit, and you always have nice things to say. So nice to hear from you.
New Mexico is amazing. It's hot, and it's amazing.
Has it hit 80 yet? Like, was it 80 today or less?
It was a little less today. The day before was pretty hot.
Tell me, and then the green, like
it's usually.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. It got into the 90s the other day. It's actually pretty nice down here.
And then they say the green chilies there are like unreal, right?
Amazing. It's authentic Mexican cuisine.
Yeah, I look forward to going. Who would you like to say a late night good night to?
To my wife, Misty.
That's
I love her very much. She is the crown jewel in my life, and she has changed my life so much.
well, that is beautiful. Tell me how you found me on here. Since I've never been to New Mexico, how'd you find us?
My wife, well, we go to Oasis Church, and that church, our church is so amazing. And my wife is in a prayer group with her sisters, and somehow they got turned on to your videos, and we watch you all the time. And sometimes my wife watches you and forces me to watch you. So you're always in our lives. You've done so much for us. You've inspired us in so many ways. Not this year, but the year before was when we actually started following your fasting. And fasting has changed our life so much.
Give me one thing that the fasting and prayer did for your life.
It prepared our whole life financially. It prepared our whole year. I mean, it just seemed like no matter what, we didn't lack for anything. The first year I did it, I was like, okay, let's try it. And it was really tough because I've never really fasted like that before.
Right.
And I feel like my whole last year was our best year financially. As far as things coming against us, we didn't have the struggles we had in all aspects of our life. I mean, we prayed about everything, and that whole fasting set up our year. And so we're dedicated to that. Every year, we're going to do that.
Man, you made my night, and I hope you made your wife's night. And as usual, nice hearing from you. Have a good night, brother.
Bless you. Thank you.
Love you, man. 412-206-6274. Jillian donating $5 and wants the highest bidder to get this jacket. So that's a deal. Right now, the lead donation is $5 if you want to help us feed Americans, South Africans, and other kids in the third world by making a donation. Whoever gives the most, I'll send you my jacket. Your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Frank Battaglia, and I'm calling from Scranton, PA.
Frank Battaglia. Why do I feel like I know you? No, I know another.
You do, that's why.
Oh, I do know you. You go to
I'm from Peckville Assembly of God.
Yeah, Pastor Terry Dross Church. How are you doing up there?
Yeah, we're doing pretty good. We've been open, but we actually just had to close because of the whole stay-at-home order and all that stuff.
Yeah, I understand. I'm hoping it's going to lift soon. Who would you like to give a late night good night to?
Honestly, I don't even know.
Oh, you don't even know. Do you have a living mother?
Yes, I do.
Why don't you give her a late night good night?
Yeah, definitely.
Go for it. Pretend she's watching and give her a nice late night good night. Okay.
So do I just say a late night good night?
Yeah, you just like say, "I love you, Mom." Basically you can choose the words.
All right. I love you, Mom, and late night good night.
Very good. And then you can never watch the replay, and I'm sure it'll warm her heart how robotically you wished her a late night good night with absolutely no feeling whatsoever. Love you, man. Have a good night's rest. Kofi, as it was going 1 cent. Janice gave it $5.01. Jillian then re-upped it to repopped it to $5.02. So this will be like the opening round of a hand of poker. And then Kofi re-raises to $50. Kofi wants this jacket because it reminds him of his life before Christ when he was a party promoter in the Bronx. Your name and where you're calling from.
Sean Chirac, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. How'd you find me?
Oh, through my friend Frankie. Actually, a few weeks ago.
Well, good to speak with you. Who would you like to wish a late night good night to?
So my friend Frankie actually going through a rough time. He split up with his fiance, so you have to keep him in your prayers.
Well, I'm glad you called up, man. Thanks for watching. Have a good night's rest.
Could I ask you a question real quick?
You sure may.
Can you go over again? Like 2 days ago, you were talking about how like they're going against our First Amendment and Fifth Amendment.
Right.
And that we're just like pretty much throwing our rights away.
Correct.
Could you like elaborate on that a little bit more?
I will. And I'll answer it off the air, or with you off the phone, I should say, just so there's no echo. Yeah, the First Amendment, half of the First Amendment. By the way, I made the national Snapchat story today. They played the clip of me saying that churches shouldn't shut down. Apparently that's a controversial opinion, that we should be able to have a First Amendment and abide by it. But half the First Amendment deals with going to church, free practice of religion and the right to peaceable assembly. And the Fifth Amendment is the right for somebody to earn a living, that the government can't take that away. Government can't do like Russia used to do to Jewish people and say, you can live here, but you can't own a business and no one's allowed to hire you. The government is not allowed to infringe on a man's right to earn a living. And half the First Amendment is the right to peaceable assembly, and the free exercise of religion can't be infringed against. So apparently that's controversial to feel like the First Amendment should be upheld. That's what it is. And people are throwing that right away just because they've been asked to. And the government can put an order out ordering everyone to be home. They're not allowed to go against, it's like you hear all these, I guess there's no other way to say it, but dumb Christians say, well, we're to obey the government. Yes, we are. And the government wrote the First Amendment, which says the right to peaceable assembly and the free practice of religion can't be infringed on by the government. And nobody's allowed to override that unless you go to martial law, which we've not. Janice has repopped it to $60.01. I'll deal with it again this week, I'm sure. Your name and where you're calling from?
Hey, this is Bruce. I'm calling from South Africa. How are you?
It's who again, and you're calling from where?
It's Fabulous Ruiz. I'm phoning from South Africa.
Oh, South Africa. What part of South Africa?
Yeah. Sorry?
Where in South Africa? What city?
Wonderfontein, South Africa.
Oh yeah, I've been there. I love it there. Bloemfontein, you said?
It's beautiful. Wonderfontein.
Oh, wrong Fontaine. That
Not
one.
Bloemfontein. Wonderfontein.
That one I've not been to. Well,
Yeah.
thanks for watching. What time is it there? 7 in the morning?
It's 6 o'clock now.
6 in the morning. Well, good to hear from you. How did you find me?
Yeah.
How did you find me in South Africa?
Well, a friend, about a year ago about you, and then I just kept watching, and I really love your stuff, and it's always nice to see the night, good night before I head out into the farm, with only people allowed to work yet, so, yeah.
Well, I'm glad you found me. Who would you like to wish a late night good night to?
Oh, to my brother and my sister-in-law, yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. And I'm gonna give food away to South Africa this week. I got to figure out a way to get electronic gift cards to you down there. But once I figure it out, I'm gonna make an announcement this week and help feed South Africa because I love you guys.
Please let us know. We'll definitely donate to that. Thanks.
Love you, brother. Have a great night. Valerie Launder. I knew a Nathan Launder. You must be related to him. I remember a knockout when you and another classmate of mine got into a fist fight on the playground at CCA. Your mom was appalled. You and Jared were friends the next day. Yeah, not one of my finest hours. Wow, Cody has now taken the lead. New giver, too, $100. By the way, you understand this money is not for me. We're going to feed a lot of people with it. It goes into the ministry. Despite my looks and how I speak and how I conduct myself, I am actually a minister. So anyway, we got a new leader, and whoever wins gets the jacket. It's a large. It's made by, what's that company? It's from the Netherlands. Can't think of it. No. Scotch and soda. And so it's a medium, or it's a large, but it's more like a in-between medium and large. So, just so you know whether it'll fit or not. What material? It's like a suede-ish. Your name and where you're calling from?
Hello, this is David calling from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan.
Oh yeah, I like Saskatoon.
Yeah.
Wait, are you Tanika's David?
Yeah, Tanika's David.
Oh yeah, I went out to breakfast with you. Nice hearing from you.
Fantastic, yeah, awesome. Always awesome hearing from you. So grateful for the ministry.
We're grateful for you. How's the podcast going?
You know, it's going well. It's going well. We actually launched a new one, both Tanika and I. So, hey, shout out to you and the Dollars for being so inspirational. Taking a lot of cues from you guys, so that's awesome.
Tell everybody where they can find your podcast.
It's yet to be launched, so it's going to be called Get Hutched With Us. David and Tanika Hutchinson, coming out of Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Canada. It's going to be, we're very excited.
Well, I'm excited for you, and when you get it all launched, call back or whatever, and I'll have you promote it so you can.
Oh, fantastic! Awesome.
I'm sure I'll be able to provide you with half dozens of listeners.
Don't doubt it.
Well, I love you, man. Thanks for calling out. You want to wish Tanika a late night good night?
I do. I want to wish a late night good night to my sexy, anointed wife, Tanika Hutchinson. So, yeah, it's been a pleasure being locked up in quarantine with you, babe.
That's awesome. Well, you guys have you guys have a good night out in Saskatoon. Love you so much. God bless you.
Yes, sir. We love you too. Bless you too. Take care.
Nice hearing from everybody. Then we got Canada, South Africa, regular old America, New Mexico. Your name and where you're calling from.
Hi, I'm Betsy. I'm from Phoenix, Texas.
Have them try back. Your name and where you're calling from.
Hello?
Hello, your name and where you're calling from.
This is Leila Diaz.
Hello, nice to hear from you. Who would you like to wish a late night good night to?
Actually, we're calling as a couple together to wish you a late night good night.
That's why I wore the sunglasses, in case somebody did that so they wouldn't have to see me cry. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We love you. Love your daughter. Love your great family. You guys have a wonderful night's rest. I'll see you before too long once we're off lockdown.
Good. Yeah. All right, bye.
Love you. That was very nice. Boy, people have been so nice tonight. Your name and where you're calling from.
Hello? Hi, my name is Kenny D'Souza, and I'd like to wish... Hello?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Oh, hi, sorry, yeah. My name is Kenny D'Souza, and I'd like to wish my beautiful girlfriend a late night good night to Olivia Pomasano.
Where is she at?
She is up in Rhode Island right now, and I'm up in PA.
Oh, yeah, separated because of the quarantine. Well, that's great that you wish.
Yeah.
I was hoping you wouldn't say she's in the house with you because you'd be going to hell.
Yeah.
So it's good that she's, in a way, it's sad that she's apart, but then in another way, it's good you're not going to hell.
Yeah.
How'd you find me?
But, yeah?
How did you find me on here?
How did I find you on your own? You've come to my church multiple times, Spectacle Assembly of God.
Oh, man, more Peckville callers today.
My father is the big Brazilian track guy that you prayed over multiple times.
How's he? Oh, I know you then. How's he doing?
Yes. He's doing all right. He's on dialysis right now, so we're really just praying for miraculous healing in him and just making sure that, he's staying safe throughout this, but he still listens to you. He was actually listening to one of your preachings today or something that you had on the TV while I was worshiping in the living room.
Well, I'm going to pray for your dad the next chance I get.
Okay, thank you so much, Jonathan.
I love that guy. Love you. Have a great night, brother.
You too, Jonathan. Good night.
See ya. Next video. The cat's in his own world. Your name and where you're calling from.
Hey, this is Ian from Ely, Nevada.
From where in Nevada?
Ely.
Ely, Nevada?
It's about, dude, you've probably never heard of it or even seen it on a map.
Tell me where it is in Nevada. I was just in Nevada 4 weeks ago, somewhere around there.
Well, probably about 3.5, 4 hours north of Las Vegas.
Oh, okay, which is like the only place must be annoying when you live in Nevada because it's like people who don't live in England think everything's London, everything's Las Vegas. They don't even know any other places exist, right?
It's true, man. Well, this is a town of 4,000 people, and it's about at least 3 hours to the nearest Walmart in every direction.
Wow, but that's cool, especially at a time like this, because you can do whatever you want.
It's true.
So how'd you find me?
You know, my friend Keith, who used to pastor the church I'm at before me, was into watching your stuff. Our friends Matt and Mackenzie watch your stuff, and so we are connected that way. And my buddy Keith's down there in Tampa, Florida, at Rodney's church now.
Well, I look forward to meeting you either in Florida or the next time I'm in Nevada.
Right on, brother.
We haven't been able to go back to Nevada for a while because Dallas owes a couple of Italian guys a lot of money, so we've had to pretty much stay on the East Coast.
That'll do it.
Yeah, you know how that is. But anyway, I look forward to seeing you. Who would you like to wish your late night good night to?
My beautiful wife, Sarah.
That's awesome. I'm glad I got to connect with you on here, brother. Have a good night.
You too, man. Bye-bye.
412-206-6274. Next video. Ooh. Nobody had an uppercut like him. It's amazing people's heads stayed attached to their bodies. Oh.
See in super slow-mo, you'll see Maxime step around, and he takes that uppercut. Was in trouble in both the first and second.
Not a man to be messed with. Bali from South Africa. I'll see you in Durban before too long. Your name and where you're calling from?
Sharon Sneed. I'm calling from Rochester, New York.
Nice to hear from you. Who would you like to wish a late night good night to?
I want to wish a late night good night to my husband, Dwayne, who is the absolute best husband in the world.
Wow, you don't hear that much. You know what I mean?
He's the best.
Usually you hear the guy calling up, you can tell he's like, needs to dig himself out of a hole. You don't hear the wife call much and rave about the husband. You must be a great lady.
No, this guy is the truth. There is no other, anybody in Rochester, New York that knows Dwayne knows that I have the best husband in the world.
Wow. Look forward to meeting that guy. Sounds like a Bible character.
You know what? He is a Bible character. He really is a character, but it's like he's extremely selfless, and I'm extremely spoiled. I'm very spoiled.
And not to make
I love it.
Not to make everything about me, but how did you find our broadcast here?
Your Uncle Ted comes to our church a couple times a year.
Yes.
And yeah, and your cousin and Teddy and well, yeah, your whole family. You haven't been here in Rochester, and I thought I saw something on your website that said that you were coming to Rochester, New York.
I was supposed to be there this month, but then I guess some virus has broken out and it's like altered a bunch of people's plans.
I know, but the thing is that you were coming to Rochester and we didn't even know about it, and I'm quite sure that we're your biggest fan here, other than Kim Edlin. Kim Edlin is probably your number one fan here, and I'm running a close second.
Well, I like Sister Kim. I look forward to meeting you the next when I get back to Rochester. God bless you guys.
Yeah, we can't wait. Bye.
Have a wonderful night. Man, nice people on today. Next video. Man, I guarantee I sent you more videos. Is it the mess up with the phone and the computer again? Really? Because I sent a bunch of them to people that aren't doing well in quarantine. Your name and where you're calling from?
Hi, my name is Destiny. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona.
You have to rub it in. You know Phoenix is my favorite place.
That's awesome. Yeah, we moved here to be closer to family. It's really nice here right now.
I want to move there to get away from my family. When you go to Dutch Brothers, what do you order?
Oh gosh, I don't go, but my husband does.
Well, I guess this conversation's spiraling to an end then. Who would you like to wish a late night good night to?
I'd like to wish a late night good night to my mom, who found you. She's in the other room, but she loves listening to you. You've been such an encouragement to her and our whole family right now.
What's her name, your mother?
Her name's Charity.
Say it one more time.
Charity.
Charity, if you watch in the future, good night. I love you. Man, you guys sound like you have a nice family. Glad that you called in.
Yeah, thank you. Good night, Jonathan.
Good night. 412. Oh, we do have one video left. I think it's a bad quarantine. Right? Oh, that was loud. Go ahead and play the video. Yes. Quarantine not going well. Just thinning out the gene pool. Good. I'm glad you're not upset that I took a night off of going through the news. There wasn't a lot of new developments today. So I'll be back on tomorrow night. We'll either do like a news setup or late night good night, depending on what kind of mood I'm in. Camila was supposed to have a sleepover tonight. Then she got in a fight with the girl she was sleeping over with, so they're both going back home. Giving away this god-awful jacket to whoever donates the most money tonight to help us feed. We gave out $10,000 worth of groceries this week at Walmart to 200 families or individuals that needed help. I'm glad, Natalie. And then we feed 1,000 kids every day. And then I'm going to do something for my friends in South Africa this coming week. So if you'd like to give towards that, I'll give you a second little time before we call it a night. Hashtag donate on Facebook. Somebody can show them how to do it. Right now, the leading bid is $100, was it? Or was it more? I can't remember. It was 100? Yeah. So 101 takes it right now. YouTube, you can hit the super chat, the $sign. If all of the convenient ways to give make it more difficult, you can always just go to revivaltoday.com and click Give Now. And if you're in the United States, Cash App's an easy way to give. Our handle is $RTGive, as in Revival Today Give. I love you, Kemba. Thank you, Miss Nancy, also from Phoenix. Look, the hat was birthed out of necessity. I haven't had a haircut since before the quarantine. Alberta, Canada. I drove to Banff about 11 months ago from Saskatoon after church. Stayed for 3 hours and drove straight back and made it there 30 minutes before church started. Changed clothes and hit the platform running. More Canadians. Dave from Ontario, I believe. Good to see you. Who won what fight? Oh, no, they didn't like fist, it was just like arguing, fighting. Thanks for everybody who called up. Thanks for everybody who gave. Cassandra, also from Toronto. Good to see you. Good night to you, Philip. Oh, we got our final call of the night. Your name and where you're calling from.
It's me, your friend, your best bud.
Camila?
Yes.
Tell me what happened at the sleepover that made it fizzle out.
Anna was being really rude. She was glad, but she said no all the time. Now she's crying. The sleepover was cut off.
So it was her fault, not your fault.
No, yeah, it was really her fault.
Did you punch her?
No, I don't have to be that, intense.
You just kind of yelled at each other?
Yeah.
So are you happy to be back home?
Yes.
Who would you like to wish a late night good night to?
Chrissy.
Chrissy the dog?
Yes.
Yeah, but he's not going to understand this, so why don't you wish one to, like, somebody that'll actually know it? You want to wish one to Caleb?
Whoa.
Hang up.
Okay, yes, I can, yes. I want to wish a good night to you.
Me?
Yes.
You know, you can wish one to me in person because I'm coming home soon.
Yes, I know that.
I'll give you a big hug.
Air hug.
I love you.
I love you.
See you soon, my friend.
See you soon.
That kid has my heart. Love you too, Tanika. Love you, Charity. Everybody that gives tonight, I'm going to send you my book, Dominion Over Sickness and Disease. I'm going to send you my 7 predictions concerning coronavirus newsletter. If you'd like your business to sponsor Late Night, Good Night, or any of the other programming that you see here on our various platforms that we broadcast on, all you got to do is go to our website, revivaltoday.com, and we'll send you our corporate sponsorship pack. We can literally steer ones of people to your business that aren't there. For myself, for Nick, for Rom, recently back from Florida, for whoever else is here that I haven't seen so far. Hey, Blanca, nice to see you. Rebecca, you're welcome, Rebecca. Melanie, been great hanging out with you during the quarantine. Instead of Kung Flu fighting, we're going to finish it off since he's probably going to have to disappear soon because of sexual assault allegations. The old Joe Biden montage for I love you, I love you, I love you. Thanks for standing with us. Thank you for helping us get the gospel to a new generation. Thanks for just being so kind. Means the world. Love you too, Minecraft Uncle. Adios.
Look me over. If you like to see, help out. If not, vote for the other guy. Give me a look, though, okay? No, you haven't. You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier. You said you were. Make sure make sure you have the record player on at night. The phone. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. I'm beginning to see why your wife left you. And he cut off a 6-foot length of chain. He folded up and said, you walk out with that chain. And you walk to the car and say, you may cut me, man, but I'm going to wrap this chain around your head. Why? You're getting nervous, man. We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing. Words matter. I learned something early on from my family and my mom and dad. They said, Joey, nobody is better than you, but everyone is your equal. Everyone is your equal. And folks, bang them on the curb, get them rusty, put them in a rain barrel, get them rusty. The bills that the future president here, that the senator is talking about. We choose truth over facts. I keep my recommendations in private. Unlike you, I expect you would go ahead and say whatever was said privately with him. That's why I'll end the gag rule, the global gag rule that prevents money from getting to NGOs. And to get hot, I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap. I love this place. Look, what's not to like about Vermont in terms of the beauty of it? And what a neat town. Imagine what would have happened if, God forbid, Barack Obama had been assassinated.
Why should voters give you another chance?
Because the guy's done before. I'm the only one up here who's ever beat the NRA. By the way, this is my little sister, Valerie, and I'm Jill's husband. Oh, no, this is Val, you switched on me. This is my wife. This is my sister. They switched on me. Guess what? If you elect me, you're not going to have your taxes are going to be raised, not cut. If you benefit from that. I'm looking forward to this, man. You walk behind me in a debate. Come here, man. Rich Fitzgerald, the county executive, Allegheny County executive, for being here, and we don't always live up to that's who we are. We can speak out and be more straightforward. Senator, No, but I mean, it's not about, I know you're supporting by saying booing, but look, here's the deal. Union workers, the UAW took incredible cuts in their future. Don't have here in Miami, in Florida. You don't have it here, and that is if you keep an audience. All these breakthroughs we have with dealing with the whole, help people who have or in fact are likely to get Alzheimer's by Wall Street bankers, CEOs, and hedge fund managers. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. I found that the secretary, we sat together in many meetings. My wife is a full-time teacher, taught all during when we were vice president. President Trump and the demagogues around the world. How can a person dignity be maintained?
And she never yields. She does not break. She stands up.
Words matter. And Neil Smith, an old buddy, are you here, Neil? Neil, I miss you, man.
And it happens to be, as Barack says, a three-letter word. Jobs. Jobs.
$600 billion worth of loopholes in the law. Why they do that? I looked at it. That's what I think my plan. I know what my plan does. By strengthening. To conquer devastating diseases like cancer and addiction and Alzheimer's. In terms of the Ku Klux Klan and white supremacy, the way we've always been. Look, because we've neglected all my time in public life since I've gotten involved, folks. We're virtually energy independent. That's the essence of what my plan in detail lays out. I'm happy to discuss it more in detail if the Senator wants to. That triumph of democracy and liberalism over fascism and autocracy.
And you heard it in the debate. John McCain. I don't recognize him anymore.
That is not a joke. That is a natural fact. We invested significantly in this city in transportation. Anyway, the point is we've made significant investments in this state. I expect in this city. They also got that last year. Play the radio. Make sure the television. Make sure you have the record player on at night. The phone. Out of the statement, the mission statement of our citizenship and immigration services, in partnerships built on coercion, on non-traditional threats like weaponized corruption. What are we doing? What's going on right now? We cannot be a credible voice on the proliferation of nuclear security We'll look for enforceable commitments. They'll reduce emissions right here in the state of South Carolina. If you agree with me, go to Joe 30330 and help me in this fight. Thank you very much. My name is Joe Biden, and I love ice cream.